Coming up on this edition of Sports Zone, reacting to the resignation of Coach Osterberger.
Highlights from cross country, men's and women's soccer, and more.
A soccer player makes a comeback.
And we take on two Loras basketball stars in the final sports challenge of the season. All this and more on Sports Zone.
Welcome to Sports Zone. Big news came out of Loras on Monday night.
That's right, Chris. Head football coach Steve Osterberger was asked by Director of Athletics Bob Quinn to resign on Monday.
The decision comes after the Jayhawks finished their 2010 campaign with an overall record of 5-5 and 4-4 in the Iowa Conference. Good enough for fourth place.
Those expectations just weren't getting met at the level that I would have hoped they would have. There's no question when you talk about a college athletics, wins and losses are part of the deal.
I was really shocked, wasn't really expecting it. We were sad. It's a sad thing, and we love Coach O. And
at the end of the day, we're all Jayhawks, and I mean, trying to win, and I want to see this program win too, and I think Coach O would want that too.
Looking from Bob Quinn's perspective, it is a business. And I guess just changes have to be made.
The person that I hire will demonstrate immediate results. Winning and losing, again, that's a piece of the puzzle.
Bob Quinn said the search for a new head coach will begin immediately in the hope to have someone chosen by Christmas.
The Rock Bowl played host for the first two rounds of the women's soccer NCAA tournament. The women's soccer team took on Aurora University in the first round. In the second half, Jessica Kern takes the boot on the free kick and the ball curves in the goal as the Aurora goalkeeper falls down on the play. Later in the game, Kern lines up for the corner kick. Goalkeeper Katie Chambers puts her head on the ball and powers it to the back of the net. Loras would beat Aurora 3-1. The Jayhawks would advance to the second round to face a familiar opponent, Wartburg. Madeline Tinnett tries to get something going. She crosses it to Tanya Lohmeyer, who heads it towards the goal, but Monica Knott gets her fingertips on the ball to earn the save. Still scoreless, Kern takes the corner kick and lofts it in the middle of the field to find Chambers. She puts it in the goal to take the 1-0 lead. Loras would add another goal late, beating Wartburg 2-0.
To beat them twice, that was awesome, but this was when it really counted, and we put it through and beat them one more time, so it just was a great feeling because we really were the better team.
In the next round of the NCAA tournament, the Jayhawks will face Otterbein University at the Rock Bowl this Saturday at noon. The number 3 ranked Cardinals will travel all the way from Westerville, Ohio. They currently have a 20-0-1 record on the year. Senior goalkeeper Tara Carter has held 19 opponents scoreless and has allowed just 3 goals on the year. Lindsay Rudabog is Otterbein's leading scorer with 8 goals, and Adrian Novak is second on the team with 7.
Tonight we have assistant women's coach Danny Dodds. Coach, thanks for being with us tonight.
Absolutely.
First question we got is, Coach, can you talk a little bit about the matchup between Loras and Otterbein this weekend?
Yeah, Otterbein is for sure going to be a difficult opponent. You don't get to the Sweet 16 and not know how to play the game. I think, for us, we have a few things that are in our advantage in terms of formations, things like that we've been able to hear about. But, it kind of goes back to our classic mantra this season, in one game at a time, and we'll focus on ourselves and make sure that we're doing all that we need to do at practice to prepare for them as best we can. But Sweet 16, it comes down to who wants to continue season.
Goalie Katie Chambers has scored 4 goals on the season, 3 of them in this past weekend. Has she always been coming out for the corner kicks?
She has. We made a decision last year after she almost put one in against Wartburg, and made the decision, then and there that, she's going to be doing a lot of sprints this summer and things along those lines to prepare herself for it. So had an opportunity to train herself over the summer to do it, and we've been setting her up all year, and she's done well so far.
Being 4th in the nation, do you feel there's a target on you guys' backs?
Absolutely, I think there is. I think that with that, our girls also know that they have to be a little humble and realize that any team at any time can take them down. And I think that that's their motivation right now this year, and to continue the season on. And is that we're a team to beat right now.
Well, thanks a lot, Coach.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, and good luck this weekend.
Absolutely, thank you.
On November 11th, the Loras men's soccer faced Greenville College in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Greenville took an early lead in the first half from midfielder Kobe Allen. Greenville would still be up 1-0 at halftime. Nice backflip there. Loras came in the second half of play looking to do some damage. In the 47th minute, Miguel Bonilla would make this 25-yard boot to give Loras his first goal of the game. Just a few minutes later, Malcolm Calvert would head this one in to give Loras the lead. They would go on to win this one 3-1, making their third straight come-from-behind victory.
Again, we went to the locker room and guys kind of put it on themselves. Seniors, you know, Miguel scores the first one. He doesn't want to be done. And I give him a lot of credit.
In the second round, Loras faced Washington University. After falling behind 1-0, Thomas Jennings heads in the game-tying goal for the Dewhawks. The game eventually comes down to penalty kicks. Loras would advance to the next round as they would win 2-0 on PKs after Bonilla and Andy Filipiak makes their shots. The men's soccer team will travel to Wisconsin and square off against Wisconsin Oshkosh on Friday at 5 p.m. in the next round of the NCAA tournament. The Titans came into the game with a number 5 ranking and have an 18-0-3 mark. Tim Sadler is the leading scorer on the team by recording 10 goals on the season. Goalkeeper James Pike has allowed 5 goals. Brian Miller and Robbie Johan each have 8 assists apiece to lead the team in that category.
Justin McCord has been an important part of the men's soccer team since he came to Loras.
But if you asked him where he'd be playing soccer in 2010, just a couple years ago, he probably wouldn't have thought it would still be with the Dewhawks.
Andy Miller has the story.
In 2009, Justin McCord had his season end earlier than expected. Before the preseason had ended, McCord sustained an unfortunate injury.
I was in practice, tried to make a cut, and my knee just went out on me, and I tore my ACL and my meniscus, so I had to get both of those rebuilt.
It was hard to see him go down last year with an injury and have to sit out and watch us play a whole year.
It was this unfortunate injury, however, that made McCord eligible to come back for a 5th year.
Happy to see him want to come back, and he's come back really strong, and he still has that strength that he's had his whole career.
If it wasn't for McCord's return, the Dewhawks may not have returned to the NCAA tournament. The Dewhawks were facing elimination against Wartburg in the IAC championship game.
I don't know, it's pretty surreal just because we were down, 1-0 in the first half, and then going to the locker room, and Justin really kind of laid it on the line saying, like, we need to just pick it up out there, like, they're beating us, but, like, just work hard, get up, fight for everything, and just, like, you know, be a hero or whatever. So you just go out there with that drive to score a goal, and I just served a ball to finish, and he scored, you know, and then that just totally changed the whole game for the second half.
I wanted to win that game so bad because I didn't want to go out as the last game I got to play on my home field as a loss. Wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I wouldn't have given it another shot to come back and play. You know, I love soccer, and I love being part of the Loras College program.
Reporting for SportsZONE, this is Andy Miller.
Justin McCord's 6 goals so far this season is second, only to Loras' all-time leading scorer, Miguel Bonilla.
The Dewhawk Runners competed in the regional championships at Wartburg College on Saturday. They were trying to qualify for nationals and surprise some teams in the region. Loras' lead pack, consisting of Dan McDermott, Jerry Olp, and Austin Steele, paved the way for the 5 Dewhawks with 5 minutes and 8 seconds in the first mile. Chris Higgins was right on their tail with 5 minutes and 14 seconds. As the race unfolded, the Dewhawks started moving their way up, with McDermott leading the way and Steele and Olp following nearby. In the last mile, Higgins caught Olp, trying to urge him to the finish. The Dewhawks placed 3 in the top 35, earning all region. McDermott placed 9th, qualifying for the national meet. The men went on to place 7th. On the women's side, Katie Hemseth led the way for the Dewhawks, with Tara Kilberg close behind. Hemseth finished 20th, earning all region. With the rainy conditions, the women were still able to hit their top 10 team goal. Next week, McDermott will be heading back to Wartburg for the national championships.
Up next, we'll have highlights from football, wrestling, and swimming.
And we'll have a volleyball season wrap-up. Don't go away.
I find inspiration all around me, from those that push me to think and to grow. To move forward, because to stand still is to fall behind. That's not my plan. I'm just getting started. My life is just beginning. My major is inspiration.
I'm on mydewhawk.com.
I'm on MyDewhawk.
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 I'm on mydewhawk.com. Are you?
mydewhawk.com. Delivering you Dubuque.
The volleyball team had an excellent season in 2010, capturing their 2nd IAC championship in the last 3 years.
I took a look at what these ladies accomplished on their way to such a remarkable season. The Duhawk volleyball team achieved their goal from the beginning of the year, a conference championship. Leading this team was Kate Russell with 404 kills, good for 6th in the conference. She also had 108 blocks to do her part on the defensive side of the ball, and believe me, I know how hard she can hit. Sophomore Brittany Westenmeyer was 2nd on the team in kills with 305. It was an excellent compliment to Kate Russell all year. One of the emerging stars this season was Regan Riley with 294 kills and a team-leading 446 digs. Finally, Julie Rogers posted 987 assists on the year, which was 3rd in the conference. The overall defense of these Duhawks really helped set up the offense all season long. The Duhawks were in the top 5 in every major defensive category on the road to a conference championship. On offense, these ladies had a hitting percentage of about 22% and averaged nearly 11 assists per set. They also averaged about 12 kills per set, which was good enough for 2nd in the conference. Defensively, the Duhawks averaged 1.79 blocks and 18.24 digs per set respectively. The Duhawks also only allowed a hitting percentage of 16% for 3rd in the conference. These ladies went on an amazing run this season, bringing a lot of excitement to this campus. The Duhawks will lose Morgan Murphy, Kate Russell, Julianne Lord, Rachel Heyer, and Kayla Curley to graduation. However, this team has many underclassmen that will pick up the slack next year where this team left off.
This Saturday at the Rock Bowl, the Duhawks closed out the 2010 regular season against Loras College. The offense would get off to a quick start. Quarterback Vaughn Giesing hit number 89, Walt Labiz, over the middle, and he would beat the Norse defense for an 80-yard touchdown catch and run. Loras jumps out to a 7-0 lead early in the game. The defense stepped up as Tommy Janke would pick off Luther quarterback Chris Reynolds and then add on a return to the Luther 1-yard line. That would set up running back Matt Hilliard for a short touchdown run. Loras ahead now 14-0. Loras would continue to dominate through the air as Giesing and Labiz would hook up for yet another touchdown, this time deep in Luther territory. That would put Loras up 21-10. The special teams would then get in on the action, sealing the victory with a field goal by Tyler Wilker from 40 yards out. The Duhawks finished the 2010 season winning 24-10 over Luther.
The Duhawk wrestlers did not have to travel far this past Saturday for some healthy competition. The men went down the road to the University of Dubuque to wrestle against 2 different schools. Up first, the wrestlers faced the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. A few of the Duhawks had a hard time on the ground, leaving Loras with no score. The meet picked up when sophomore Matt Holmes won his match with this pin. Senior John Jarvis continued this momentum by beating his opponent by decision. 3 other wrestlers won their matches, but it would not be enough to win the meet. Loras lost this one 19-24. During the second meet of the day, Loras took on Wheaton College. The meet started off with a few forfeits, giving Loras an 18-0 advantage. Chris Ganson, Sean Jarvis, and Mitch Ganson kept the lead going by contributing 3 points apiece to the total score. Jeremy Klein and Tegan Patilska won their matches by pinning their opponents. The Duhawks ended the day by beating Wheaton 41-3.
It's getting closer to winter, which means basketball season. The women's team played the season opener Tuesday night at Oshkosh at Lillis Court. Melissa Herman gets the dish and the basket to get the Duhawks rolling early. Lindsay Labady kept up the good passing to Herman down low for another easy basket. Loras would take a 33-23 lead at the end of the first half. Despite a rough start to the second half, Alex Hudson makes a long 2-pointer to keep the Duhawks in the game. Coach Heinzen likes Loras' offense here as Hudson keeps it close by draining this 3-pointer to get them within 2 points late in the half. Loras tried to get over the hump when Herman gets the rebound, bucket, and the foul. But that wouldn't be enough as the Duhawks would lose to the Titans 59-53.
The Loras swimming and diving team competed in the Monmouth Invite this past weekend. The men's and women's teams were facing some stiff competition, but the Duhawks still remained dominant. The men won the invite, and the women took a close second to Lake Forest College. Junior Annie Pape placed first in the 100 backstroke and tied for first in the 100 freestyle. On the women's side, senior captain Kenzie Murray placed first in the 200 breaststroke. Even though the Duhawks made a great showing at the Monmouth Invite, they still have a long season ahead. They return back to the San Jose pool Friday night, take on Simpson College, and Saturday afternoon to swim against Grinnell.
After this water break, you'll see us compete in the final sports challenge of the year.
And the spotlight shines bright on a Duhawk for the final time this season.
They said if I got drunk, I'd be one of the guys. They said if I got drunk, I'd be one of the guys. They lied. Find out the truth about drugs. drugfreeworld.org.
This week's Spotlight highlights a senior wrestler.
That's right, the Duhawk is known for his leadership and dedication.
Senior Sean Jarvis is turning up the heat on the mats. In high school, Jarvis's friends suggested he try out for the wrestling team.
The wrestling coach was really pushing me to go out. He said I should quit basketball and go out for wrestling, so I said, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. I just like that it's on me. Like, if I win, then I know I put the hard work in. If I lost, there's no one to blame.
He's helped a lot of the freshmen when it comes time to making weight. You know, his leadership is carrying over, not only on the mats, but off the mats.
I love my teammates, and they can always relate to you, and my teammates are always there for me, so it's really cool, and we got a tight family here.
The program has been down for a few years, but Coach believes Sean's leadership will turn this season around.
If something isn't going right, you got to work hard or twice as hard to try to get it to work. And Sean's been integral in trying to get everybody to work hard and listen to what the coaches have to say and really trying to turn this program around.
Jarvis has stuck with wrestling for one main reason.
When I was young, my mom kind of instilled in me, like, if you're going to start something, you got to finish it.
The season's still young, so hopefully by the end of the season, he will have stepped up and taken that starting role quite the distance.
Wrestling has changed Jarvis as a person.
It kept me under control. It's made me a harder worker in the classroom. It's all around just made me a better person and looking at a bigger picture in life, and it's going to help me further on down the road with my career.
Sean loves wrestling. He's really dedicated to the sport, and he's really passionate about it too.
Look forward to watching him as well as the rest of the team this season. For this week's Sports Challenge, Caitlin and I teamed up with a couple Duhawk women basketball players.
Which team dribbled their way to victory? Check it out.
Arriving at 4-11 with Britt Kent, Caitlin Gherkin. Starting with Alex Hudson, Chris Lear. Going against each other in a Sports Challenge basketball face-off.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Timeout. 8-6 us. They came back a little bit there. We need to pick it up.
We need to pick up the D big time. You take Brett, I'll take Caitlin.
I don't lock her down. All right, let's do it.
Team.
We're making a good comeback. What do we have to do to win?
Keep going for the boards and keep taking shots.
All right, let's do this.
Well, another sports challenge is come and gone.
Chris and I pulled out the victory, and now they have to run 10 suicides.
Good luck to them.
See you next time.
Well, you know what, Caitlin? I think those were pretty weak suicides. It looked like more of a jog than an actual run.
I was pretty tired from that intense game of basketball, Chris. Give me a break.
Well, don't forget to come out tomorrow, on Friday, 12 o'clock, to watch out the women's soccer team in the Sweet 16 against Otterbein. So good luck to them, as well as the men taking on Wisconsin Oshkosh on Friday night. But thank you for watching Sports Zone. LCTV News will be on next week because of Thanksgiving.
But it will be back on Wednesday, December 1st at 7 p.m. As always, go to myduhawk.com anytime.
Catch us next semester for the latest and greatest in Duhawk athletics.